Desire, as I often discuss, is a fundamental aspect of human experience. It propels us forward, urging us to seek out new experiences, achieve personal milestones, and acquire possessions that we believe will enhance our lives. From a young age, we are taught to set goals, to strive for success, and to measure our worth by the extent to which we achieve these objectives. But amidst this relentless pursuit of there, we often overlook a fundamental truth, the nature of desire itself. Desire, in its essence, is a longing for something perceived to be lacking in our current experience. It arises from a sense of incompleteness, a feeling that we are not whole without the attainment of certain goals or possessions. We live in a culture that glorifies achievement and success, equating them with happiness and fulfillment. We are bombarded with messages that promise us that once we reach a certain milestone, whether it be a promotion, a new car, or a romantic relationship, we will finally be content. Yet, as many of us have experienced firsthand, the attainment of these external markers often leaves us feeling empty or dissatisfied. Why is this so? What is it about the pursuit of there that often fails to deliver on its promises? To understand this, we must delve deeper into the nature of fulfillment and the illusions that surround it. One of the most pervasive illusions we encounter in our pursuit of there is the belief that happiness and fulfillment reside in the future. We postpone our happiness, telling ourselves that once we achieve a certain goal or acquire a particular possession, then and only then will we allow ourselves to experience joy. This mindset, however, traps us in a cycle of perpetual striving. We become conditioned to believe that our happiness is contingent upon external circumstances, thereby perpetuating a sense of lack and dissatisfaction in our present experience. Consider for a moment the language we use when discussing our goals and aspirations. We speak of getting there, reaching our destination, or achieving success. Implicit in these phrases is the belief that there exists a fixed point in the future where we will finally arrive and find lasting contentment. But what if there is not a destination at all, but a mirage, a shifting horizon that recedes further with each step we take towards it? What if the pursuit of there is, in essence, a journey without end, a quest for fulfillment that can never be fully realized through external achievements alone? Central to our understanding of there is the concept of time. We perceive time as linear, a sequence of past, present, and future wherein our goals and desires are projected onto a future timeline. We believe that by setting goals and working diligently towards them, we can shape our future and secure our desired outcomes. Yet, as I often remind my listeners, the future is an illusion, a mental construct that exists only in our minds. The present moment, by contrast, is the only reality we ever truly experience. It is in the now that life unfolds, and it is in the now that we have the power to shape our experience and find true fulfillment. To understand the nature of there, we must cultivate a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Presence, as I often emphasize, is not merely a state of being, but a way of relating to life, a conscious awareness of the richness and complexity of each passing moment. When we are fully present, we transcend the limitations of past and future. We release ourselves from the grip of desire and open ourselves to the abundance of life as it unfolds in the here and now. In this state of presence, we discover that fulfillment is not found in the attainment of external goals, but in the act of fully engaging with the present moment. Another illusion that permeates our pursuit of there is the belief that we have control over our future outcomes. We meticulously plan, strategize, and work towards our goals, believing that our efforts will guarantee success and happiness. Yet, as many of us have experienced, life often has other plans. The truth is that life is inherently unpredictable. No amount of planning or effort can shield us from the uncertainties and challenges that arise along the way. The more we cling to the illusion of control, the more we resist the natural flow of life and the opportunities it presents. What if, instead of striving to control our future outcomes, we learn to surrender to the flow of life? What if we embrace the uncertainty and unpredictability that characterize our journey through life? Surrender, as I often teach, is not about resignation or passivity, but about aligning ourselves with the natural rhythm and intelligence of the universe. When we surrender, we release the need to manipulate or force outcomes according to our limited understanding. We trust in the inherent wisdom of life itself and allow opportunities to unfold organically, without attachment to specific outcomes or timelines. In our pursuit of there, we often seek validation and approval from others. We measure our success and worth based on external markers of achievement, such as accolades, recognition, and social status. Yet, as I often remind my listeners, true fulfillment cannot be found in the approval of others. When we derive our sense of worth from external validation, we relinquish our power and agency to define our own path. We become trapped in a cycle of seeking approval, constantly striving to meet the expectations and standards imposed upon us by society or others. Another illusion that sabotages our journey towards there is the belief in perfection. We set impossibly high standards for ourselves, believing that we must achieve flawlessness in order to be worthy of happiness or success. Yet, as I often emphasize, perfection is an illusion, a subjective standard that varies from person to person and culture to culture to culture. When we strive for perfection, we inevitably set ourselves up for disappointment and self-criticism. We become hypercritical of our flaws and shortcomings, overlooking the inherent beauty and uniqueness of our imperfect humanity. Embracing our imperfections, as I often advocate, is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our resilience and capacity for growth. In our quest for there, we often compromise our authenticity in pursuit of external validation or approval. We conform to societal expectations, suppress our true desires, or adopt personas that are at odds with our authentic selves. Yet, as I often remind my listeners, true fulfillment can only be found in alignment with our deepest values and aspirations. Authenticity, as I often teach, is not about conforming to external expectations, but about honoring our inner truth and expressing ourselves authentically in the world. When we align our actions with our values and aspirations, we cultivate a sense of integrity and wholeness that transcends external validation or approval. One of the paradoxes of our pursuit of there is that the attainment of external goals often fails to bring lasting fulfillment or happiness. We invest time, energy, and resources in the pursuit of success, believing that it will provide us with the happiness and satisfaction we seek. Yet, as many of us have experienced, the achievement of these goals often leaves us feeling empty or dissatisfied. Why is this so? What is it about the pursuit of external goals that fails to fulfill our deepest longing for meaning and purpose? To understand this, we must delve deeper into the nature of fulfillment and the illusions that surround it. True fulfillment, as I often emphasize, is not found in the attainment of external goals, but in the cultivation of inner qualities such as gratitude, compassion, and presence. When we prioritize inner growth and self-awareness, we discover that happiness is not a destination to be reached, but a way of being, a state of mind and heart that arises from within. Gratitude, as I often teach, is a transformative practice that opens the heart to the abundance and beauty of life. When we cultivate a spirit of gratitude, we shift our focus from what is lacking or missing in our lives to the blessings and opportunities that surround us. Gratitude, as I often remind my listeners, is not about denying or minimizing our challenges, but about embracing life with an open heart and a deep sense of appreciation. In our pursuit of there, we often resist the natural flow of life and cling to the illusion of control. We believe that success and happiness can be achieved through meticulous planning, effort, and determination. Yet, as many of us have experienced firsthand, life often has other plans. Surrender, as I often emphasize, is not about resignation or passivity, but about aligning ourselves with the natural rhythm and intelligence of the universe. When we surrender, we release the need to manipulate or force outcomes according to our limited understanding. We trust in the inherent wisdom of life itself and allow opportunities to unfold organically without attachment to specific outcomes or timelines. One of the fundamental truths of existence is the impermanent nature of all things. Life, as I often remind my listeners, is a continuous flux, a dance of birth and death, growth and decay. When we embrace the impermanent nature of life, we release the need to cling to external achievements or possessions as a source of lasting fulfillment. Impermanence, as I often teach, is not something to be feared or resisted, but something to be embraced with acceptance and equanimity. When we acknowledge the transitory nature of all things, we cultivate a sense of freedom and detachment from the ephemeral pursuits of there. Ultimately, the pursuit of there is not about achieving external goals or milestones, but about living in alignment with our deepest values and aspirations. When we clarify our purpose and align our actions with our authentic selves, we cultivate a sense of meaning and fulfillment that transcends external validation or approval. Living in alignment with purpose, as I often emphasize, is not a destination to be reached, but a journey of self-discovery and growth. It is about honoring our unique gifts and talents and contributing to the world in a way that brings us joy and fulfillment. In the tapestry of human experience, our past weaves a complex pattern, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions of reality. Yet, as we journey through life, we must confront a fundamental truth: our attachment to the past can either enrich our present or imprison our future. How do we navigate this delicate balance? How do we transcend the grip of history to embrace the fullness of life in the present moment? Memories are the threads that stitch together our sense of self and shape our understanding of the world. From childhood innocence to adult responsibilities, each experience leaves an imprint on our psyche, forming a narrative that defines who we believe ourselves to be. Alan Watts often spoke of the dual nature of memory, its role in preserving cherished moments, and its capacity to bind us in patterns of suffering. When we cling to memories, particularly those tinged with pain or regret, we inadvertently perpetuate their influence over our lives. The mind, in its quest for coherence and meaning, constructs stories from these memories, reinforcing identities and beliefs that may no longer serve us. This narrative self, as Watts eloquently described, becomes a veil through which we perceive reality, a filter that distorts our experience of the present. Central to understanding our relationship with the past is recognizing the illusion of continuity. We perceive ourselves as continuous beings moving seamlessly from one moment to the next, yet Watts challenged this conventional wisdom. He suggested that our sense of self is a constantly evolving process, a series of moments unfolding in the eternal now. Imagine for a moment the river of time flowing ceaselessly. Each ripple represents a distinct moment in our lives, a snapshot of experience frozen in memory. We mistakenly believe these moments form a linear narrative, yet Watts proposed a different perspective, that each moment exists independently, interconnected yet distinct from the next. At the heart of Watts's teachings lies a profound invitation to embrace the power of now. The present moment, unencumbered by the weight of the past, holds the key to liberation and renewal. Here and now, we have the opportunity to release ourselves from the shackles of history, to forgive, to heal, and to reclaim our inherent freedom. To let go of the past does not mean erasing memories or denying their significance. It is rather a conscious act of surrender and acknowledgement that what has been cannot dictate what will be. This act of surrender, as Watts emphasized, requires courage and compassion for ourselves and for others who have shaped our journey. Life, by its very nature, is impermanent, a ceaseless dance of birth, growth, and decay. Watts often used the analogy of the flowing river to illustrate this fundamental truth. The water that passes beneath the bridge is never the same twice, just as we are continuously evolving beings immersed in the currents of existence. When we cling to the past, we resist the natural flow of life, attempting to grasp onto moments that have already slipped through our fingers. This resistance, Watts cautioned, breeds suffering and stagnation, preventing us from fully engaging with the richness of the present moment. By embracing impermanence, by letting go of our attachments to fixed identities and narratives, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that await us. To let go of the past requires an act of radical acceptance and embrace of life in its entirety, with all its joys and sorrows, triumphs and disappointments. Watts spoke of the Taoist principle of Wu Wei, the art of effortless action, as a guiding principle in this process. Wu Wei invites us to surrender our need for control and allow life to unfold naturally, trusting in the inherent wisdom of the universe. In the practice of radical acceptance, we cultivate a deep sense of presence and compassion towards ourselves and others. We acknowledge the pain and wounds of the past without allowing them to define our present or dictate our future. This compassionate awareness, as Watts suggested, is the foundation upon which true healing and transformation can occur. Beyond psychological liberation, letting go of the past is a spiritual practice and invitation to awaken to our true nature. Watts often drew upon Eastern philosophies such as Zen Buddhism to elucidate this point. In Zen teachings, the concept of no mind mushin refers to a state of consciousness free from attachments and distractions, a state in which the mind is clear, open, and receptive to the present moment. To cultivate mushin is to release the grip of egoic identity, to transcend the illusion of separation between self and other, past and present. It is a journey inward, towards the core of our being, where the light of awareness illuminates the shadows of the past. In this sacred space of inner stillness, we discover untapped reservoirs of wisdom and compassion that have always resided within us. As we embark on the path of letting go, we inevitably encounter moments of resistance and discomfort. The wounds of the past may surface, demanding our attention and care. Watts reminded us that healing is not a linear process, but a holistic journey of integration and alchemical union of light and shadow, joy and sorrow. Integration invites us to embrace the totality of our experience, to welcome all aspects of ourselves into the loving embrace of awareness. Through mindfulness practices such as meditation, we cultivate the capacity to witness our thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. This witnessing presence, as Watts described, fosters inner harmony and resilience, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace and clarity. Ultimately, to let go of the past is to transcend the limitations of time itself. Watts often pondered the paradoxical nature of time, the way in which it simultaneously binds and liberates us. In our conditioned perception, we conceive of time as a linear progression from past to future, yet the present moment, as Watts asserted, is timeless and boundless. When we release our attachments to the past, we step into the timeless dimension of the eternal now, a realm where past, present, and future converge in perfect harmony. Here, In the infinite expanse of consciousness, we discover untapped opportunities awaiting our creative expression and joyful exploration. In our daily lives, time appears as a linear progression: yesterday, today, and tomorrow an inevitable march from past to future. Yet, as we delve deeper into the nature of time, we uncover a different truth altogether. Time, as perceived by our human minds, is a construct, a tool for organizing our experiences and actions within the framework of existence. It is a practical necessity for navigating the physical world, yet it obscures a deeper truth that all moments, past, present, and future, exist simultaneously in the vast tapestry of existence. We invite you to question our conventional understanding of time. We challenge us to consider that the past and future are not separate from the present, but intertwined within it. The past, we suggest, exists only as memories in our minds, echoes of experiences that have shaped our perception of reality. Similarly, the future is a projection of possibilities influenced by our past actions and present choices. Central to teachings is the idea that the eternal now is not just a philosophical abstraction, but a profound revelation about the nature of reality. In the eternal now, past and future dissolve into the immediacy of the present moment. Here and now, all possibilities converge, and life unfolds in its infinite complexity. Imagine, if you will, a river flowing endlessly. Each moment in the flow of the river represents a unique manifestation of existence, constantly changing, evolving, and renewing itself. The water that flows past us is not the same as the water that flowed before, yet it is all part of the same river. Similarly, each moment in the eternal now is a distinct expression of life, interconnected with all others, yet uniquely itself. To grasp the essence of the eternal now, we must first transcend our fixation on past regrets and future anxieties. The baggage we carry, our memories, regrets, and identities can cloud our vision and weigh down our spirit. Like trying to pass through a narrow gate with too much luggage, we must shed the past and move freely into the future. Likewise, the future is a realm of infinite possibilities, a horizon of dreams and aspirations yet to be realized. While planning for the future is essential, obsessing over it can lead to anxiety and discontent. The eternal now invites us to release our attachments to past regrets and future expectations, allowing us to fully immerse ourselves in the richness of the present moment. In the eternal now, we discover the creative power that resides within each moment. Life is not a series of isolated events, but a continuous unfolding of creativity and expression. In every moment, we have the opportunity to shape our reality through conscious awareness and intentional action. Consider for a moment the act of creation itself, whether it is a work of art, a scientific discovery, or a moment of profound insight. Creativity emerges from a state of presence, a deep connection to the flow of life. In the eternal now, we tap into this creative energy, harnessing it to manifest our deepest desires and aspirations. To embody the eternal now is to live with authenticity and presence. It is to engage fully with the richness of life, embracing each moment as it arises without resistance or judgment. We often spoke of the importance of letting go of the need to control or manipulate our experiences. Instead, he encouraged us to surrender to the flow of life, trusting in its inherent wisdom and intelligence. Authenticity, in the context of the eternal now, means aligning our thoughts, words, and actions with our truest selves. It is about living in harmony with the natural rhythms of existence, honoring our inner guidance and intuition. When we cultivate presence and authenticity, we create a fertile ground for growth, transformation, and self-discovery. A key aspect of embracing the eternal now is the practice of letting go and surrender. This does not imply passivity or resignation, but rather willingness to release our attachments to outcomes and expectations. When we let go of the need to control, we open ourselves to the spontaneous unfolding of life, allowing new opportunities and possibilities to emerge. Surrender is not about giving up or abandoning our responsibilities. It is about trusting in the process of life and embracing the unknown with courage and grace. When we surrender to the eternal now, we cultivate a deep sense of peace and serenity, knowing that we are always exactly where we need to be. In exploring the eternal now, we encounter a profound paradox, the simultaneity of timelessness and the fleeting nature of each moment. Timelessness is not the absence of time, but a deeper understanding of its fluidity and interconnectedness. In the eternal now, past, present, and future converge in a timeless dance of existence. Imagine for a moment stepping outside the confines of linear time and experiencing reality as a seamless whole. In this expanded awareness, we perceive the interconnectedness of all things, the unity underlying diversity, the harmony within chaos. Timelessness invites us to transcend our limited perceptions and embrace a broader perspective of reality. To live in harmony with the eternal now is to cultivate a deep reverence for life in all its forms. It is to honor the sacredness of each moment, recognizing that every experience, joyful or challenging, is an opportunity for growth and learning. We often spoke of the interconnectedness of existence, emphasizing the importance of embracing the full spectrum of human experience. When we align ourselves with the rhythm of the eternal now, we tap into a source of inner wisdom and guidance. We become co-creators of our reality, actively shaping our lives through conscious intention and inspired action. Living in harmony with the eternal now is not about escaping from life's challenges, but embracing them as opportunities for personal and collective evolution. In practical terms, embracing the eternal now can transform how we approach daily life. It invites us to cultivate mindfulness and presence in our interactions with others, fostering deeper connections and understanding. It encourages us to let go of limiting beliefs and self-imposed limitations, empowering us to step into our full potential. Consider, for example, how the practice of mindfulness can enhance our ability to respond to stressful situations with clarity and composure. By grounding ourselves in the present moment, we reduce anxiety and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Similarly, by embracing the creative power of the eternal now, we unleash our innate talents and abilities, contributing to the greater good with passion and purpose. Ultimately, the journey into the eternal now is a path of awakening, a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. It invites us to question our assumptions about reality and explore the deeper mysteries of existence. We often spoke of the importance of inner transformation, emphasizing the need to transcend egoic consciousness and awaken to our true nature. Awakening, in the context of the eternal now, is not a destination but a continuous unfolding of consciousness. It is a process of shedding layers of conditioning and illusion, revealing the timeless essence that lies at the core of our being. As we awaken to the truth of the eternal now, we recognize our interconnectedness with all life and embrace our role as co-creators of reality. Analysis, while a valuable tool in many aspects of life, falls short when applied to the full spectrum of human experience. It operates within the confines of logic and reason, seeking to break down reality into manageable parts. Yet, reality is not merely a collection of discrete entities waiting to be dissected. It is a seamless whole, intricately woven together in a web of interdependence. Consider, for instance, the act of love. Can we truly dissect love into its component parts and understand its essence through analysis? Love is not merely a chemical reaction or a series of neurological processes. It is a profound experience that transcends empirical explanation. By reducing love to a set of variables, we risk losing sight of its true nature, the depth of connection, vulnerability, and empathy that it embodies. Moreover, analysis often leads us to focus on outcomes rather than the process itself. We become fixated on achieving goals, measuring success in quantifiable terms, and overlooking the richness of the journey. Life, however, is lived in the unfolding moment, where each experience holds its own intrinsic value beyond any analytical framework. Labels, too, impose limitations on our understanding of reality. We categorize people, events, and ideas based on preconceived notions and cultural biases, reducing them to simplified stereotypes. This tendency to label creates divisions where none inherently exist, perpetuating a sense of separation and otherness. Consider the labels we assign to ourselves and others: artist, scientist, introvert, extrovert, liberal, conservative. While these labels may offer a sense of identity and belonging, they also confine us within narrow constructs, limiting our capacity for growth and self-discovery. True freedom lies in transcending these labels and embracing the fluidity of identity. Furthermore, labels can obscure the uniqueness of individual experiences. No two lives unfold in exactly the same way, yet labels often flatten this diversity into uniform categories. By moving beyond labels, we honor the complexity and diversity of human existence, recognizing that each person carries within them a richness that defies classification. To move beyond analysis and labels is to embrace the fluidity of existence, to recognize that life is a dynamic process of becoming rather than a static state of being. This perspective invites us to engage with life fully, without the need to confine ourselves to rigid definitions or expectations. In the interconnected web of life, every moment is imbued with significance, every experience a reflection of the whole. By embracing the fluidity of existence, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of our interconnectedness with the world around us. Moreover, embracing the fluidity of existence allows for spontaneity and creativity to flourish. When we release the need for certainty and control, we invite the unexpected into our lives, opening doors to new possibilities and insights. Life becomes a playful dance of exploration, where each step is an opportunity for growth and discovery. Central to teachings is the notion of transcending dualistic thinking, the tendency to view the world in terms of opposites and contradictions. Dualistic thinking creates artificial boundaries between self and other, mind and body, good and evil, leading to conflict and division. Consider the duality of pleasure and pain. In our pursuit of pleasure and avoidance of pain, we often overlook the inherent interconnectedness of these experiences. Proposed a radical acceptance of life's dualities, recognizing that pleasure and pain are two sides of the same coin. By embracing both, we cultivate a deeper appreciation for the richness of human experience. Moreover, dualistic thinking perpetuates a sense of separation from the natural world. We see ourselves as distinct entities separate from the environment in which we live. Challenge this perspective, advocating for a holistic understanding of humanity's relationship with nature. In the interconnected web of life, each action reverberates through the entire ecosystem, highlighting our interdependence with all living beings. Our desire for control is another manifestation of dualistic thinking, a belief that we can manipulate reality to conform to our wishes and desires. Cautioned against this illusion of control, pointing out that life unfolds according to its own rhythms and cycles. The more we grasp for control, the more we resist the natural flow of existence. Consider the analogy of a river. We can build dams and divert its course, but ultimately, the river will find its way back to the sea. Similarly, life cannot be contained or controlled indefinitely. By surrendering to the natural flow of existence, we align ourselves with the inherent wisdom of the universe, allowing life to unfold with grace and spontaneity. Moreover, the pursuit of control often leads to anxiety and stress, as we struggle to manipulate outcomes beyond our influence. Encourage a shift in perspective from control to participation. Rather than trying to bend reality to our will, we can engage with life as active participants, co-creators in the ongoing dance of existence. At the heart of teachings is a celebration of paradox and mystery, the recognition that life's deepest truths often defy rational explanation. Consider the paradox of self-awareness. The more we seek to understand ourselves, the more elusive our true nature becomes. Proposed a radical acceptance of this mystery, inviting us to embrace the unknowable aspects of existence. Moreover, challenge conventional notions of truth and certainty, emphasizing the provisional nature of our beliefs and perceptions. Reality, suggested, is not a fixed entity, but a kaleidoscope of perspectives and possibilities. By embracing uncertainty and ambiguity, we cultivate humility and openness to new ways of seeing and being in the world. In transcending analysis and labels, celebrated the role of intuition and imagination as gateways to deeper understanding. Intuition allows us to perceive truths that lie beyond the reach of intellect alone. It is through intuition that we access a deeper knowing, a wisdom that arises from our direct experience of life. Moreover, imagination serves as a creative force, shaping our perception of reality and inspiring innovation. Encourage a playful engagement with imagination, inviting us to explore new ideas and possibilities without the constraints of logic or reason. In the realm of imagination, we are free to envision new ways of being and relating to the world around us. To live beyond analysis and labels is to live in flow, a state of effortless presence and engagement with life's unfolding journey. Flow, described it, is a harmonious alignment with the rhythms of existence, where action arises spontaneously from a place of inner resonance. Living in flow requires a willingness to let go of fixed expectations and embrace the unknown with curiosity and wonder. It is a dance of spontaneity and surrender, where each moment holds the potential for growth and transformation. By releasing the need for control and embracing the fluidity of existence, we open ourselves to a life of profound meaning and fulfillment. Practicing teachings in daily life requires a commitment to mindfulness and presence. It involves cultivating awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment or attachment. By observing the flow of life without trying to manipulate or control it, we cultivate a deep sense of peace and acceptance. Moreover, applying teachings involves challenging the limitations of dualistic thinking and embracing the interconnectedness of all things. It requires seeing beyond surface appearances to recognize the underlying unity that binds us to each other and to the natural world. In the grand symphony of existence, uncertainty plays a vital role, a melody of unpredictability that intertwines with the rhythms of our lives. To truly understand and appreciate the art of living, we must delve deep into the heart of uncertainty, where profound lessons and untapped opportunities await. What is uncertainty but the acknowledgement of life's inherent unpredictability? It is the recognition that despite our best laid plans and efforts to control outcomes, life often surprises us with its twists and turns. Embracing the unknown with a sense of curiosity and wonder, rather than dread or apprehension, allows us to navigate its currents with grace. Much of our discomfort with uncertainty stems from our desire to exert control over every aspect of our lives. From career choices to relationships, we strive to minimize risk and maximize predictability, believing that certainty will bring us security and happiness. However, the attempt to define ourselves in such rigid terms only leads to resistance and frustration. To embrace uncertainty is to embark on a journey of discovery, one that invites us to step beyond the familiar confines of our comfort zone. It is a call to explore new horizons, challenge preconceived notions, and cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Nature offers profound lessons on navigating uncertainty. Consider the seasons, each heralding change and renewal in its own way. Just as nature embraces the cyclical nature of life, so too can we learn to flow with the rhythms of uncertainty. By observing the natural world, we gain insights into adapting to change with grace and resilience. One of the most exciting aspects of embracing uncertainty is its potential to spur creativity and innovation. When we release our attachment to fixed outcomes and embrace the fluidity of possibilities, we tap into a wellspring of inspiration and ingenuity. So, embracing uncertainty cultivates resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity and adapt to changing circumstances. Resilience arises from a deep trust in the interconnectedness of all things, a recognition that every experience contributes to the tapestry of our lives. Central to embracing uncertainty is the practice of letting go of attachment, the tendency to cling to fixed outcomes and identities. By releasing our attachment, we liberate ourselves from self-imposed constraints and open to the infinite possibilities that unfold in each moment. Ultimately, embracing uncertainty is about living in flow, a state of effortless harmony with the unfolding of life. It is a dynamic dance where we engage with the present moment fully, without clinging to the past or grasping for the future. Spirituality encompasses a vast spectrum of beliefs, practices, and experiences, each reflecting humanity's yearning for transcendence and connection with the divine or sacred. At its core, spirituality invites us to delve into the mysteries of existence beyond the confines of empirical observation and rationality. At the heart of spirituality lies a quest for deeper meaning and purpose in life. Unlike religious dogma, which often prescribes beliefs and practices, spirituality encourages personal exploration and direct experience of the sacred. This exploration invites us to question the nature of reality, our place in the cosmos, and the interconnectedness of all existence. Transcendence, a central theme in spirituality, refers to the journey beyond ordinary perception and ego-bound consciousness. It involves expanding awareness to encompass broader dimensions of reality, often leading to profound insights and spiritual awakening. From Eastern traditions, such as Zen Buddhism and Taoism, to Western mystical traditions and indigenous wisdom, diverse perspectives offer insights into transcending the limitations of the egoic mind. These perspectives often challenge conventional beliefs and expand one's perception of reality. Through our eyes, the universe is perceiving itself. Through our ears, the universe is listening to its harmonies. We are the witnesses through which the universe becomes conscious of its glory, of its magnificence. Mystical experiences, characterized by a profound sense of unity, interconnectedness, and spiritual revelation, play a significant role in many spiritual traditions. These experiences transcend intellectual understanding, offering direct communion with the divine or cosmic consciousness. Mystical experiences often catalyze spiritual growth and transformation, challenging individuals to expand their understanding of reality beyond the confines of the egoic self. They provide glimpses into the underlying unity of existence and the interconnectedness of all life. Central to many spiritual practices is the art of meditation and contemplation. These practices provide gateways to inner stillness, clarity of mind, and direct experience of spiritual truths. Meditation invites us to quiet the mind, cultivate mindfulness, and access states of heightened awareness. Meditation, in its various forms such as mindfulness meditation, transcendental meditation, and Zen meditation, offers pathways to quieting the mind and accessing deeper states of consciousness. It encourages a non-striving approach where practitioners cultivate receptivity and presence rather than striving for specific outcomes. Beyond formal meditation practices, contemplative inquiry involves deep introspection and questioning of fundamental existential truths. It invites individuals to explore profound questions about the nature of reality, the purpose of existence, and the interconnectedness of all life. Contemplative inquiry encourages a deepening of understanding through direct experience and personal reflection. It fosters a holistic perspective that integrates spiritual insights into daily life and cultivates inner peace and wisdom. The meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple. And yet everybody rushes around in a great panic, as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. Integration of spiritual insights involves embodying spiritual principles and wisdom gained through meditation, mystical experiences, and contemplative inquiry. It requires cultivating mindfulness in everyday activities, fostering compassion towards oneself and others, and aligning actions with spiritual values. Living spiritually is not confined to religious rituals or occasional acts of kindness. It is a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth, where spiritual principles guide thoughts, actions, and interactions with the world. At its essence, living spirituality is about embodying values that transcend egoic concerns and align with universal truths. Central to living spirituality is the recognition of interconnectedness, that all beings, phenomena, and the natural world are intricately linked. This awareness extends beyond intellectual understanding to a heartfelt recognition of our interdependence with the environment, other people, and all living beings. By embracing interconnectedness, individuals cultivate a sense of unity and solidarity with the world. This perspective encourages empathy and compassion, as every action is seen as influencing the broader web of life. It fosters a deep appreciation for diversity and the richness of human experience, acknowledging that each individual contributes uniquely to the tapestry of existence. Compassion lies at the heart of living spirituality, embodying the empathetic understanding and concern for the well-being of others. Rooted in the recognition of shared humanity and interconnectedness, compassion transcends mere sympathy to actively alleviate suffering and promote healing. Living compassionately involves extending kindness, generosity, and forgiveness towards oneself and others. It requires a willingness to see beyond surface appearances and embrace the inherent goodness and potential for growth in every individual. Through compassionate action, individuals contribute to creating a more just, peaceful, and inclusive society. Reverence for life is a fundamental principle in living spirituality. acknowledging the sacredness and inherent value of all living beings. It encompasses a deep respect for the diversity of life forms, ecosystems, and the delicate balance of nature. By cultivating reverence for life, individuals develop a profound sense of stewardship and responsibility towards the planet. This involves making conscious choices that minimize harm to the environment, support sustainable practices, and promote ecological harmony. It encourages mindful consumption, ethical decision-making, and advocacy for environmental conservation and animal welfare. Living spirituality invites individuals to embrace life's experiences with gratitude and a sense of wonder. It encourages a shift in perspective from focusing solely on achievements or hardships to appreciating the richness and depth of each moment. Celebrating life's joys involves cultivating an attitude of gratitude for blessings, successes, and moments of happiness. It fosters a sense of contentment and fulfillment, recognizing that true happiness arises from inner peace and acceptance rather than external circumstances. Similarly, embracing life's challenges with resilience and grace is an integral part of living spirituality. It involves viewing difficulties as opportunities for growth and learning, trusting in the inherent wisdom of life's unfolding journey. This perspective cultivates inner strength, perseverance, and a deepening of spiritual understanding. The integration of spiritual principles into daily life is essential for authentic living spirituality. It requires mindfulness and conscious awareness in every thought, word, and action, aligning them with spiritual values and intentions.